one story that has constantly inspired you? You can share it for others to benefit from.
Dad used to tell me there are three types of needs. One is basic needs. We call it as necessary, luxury, and unnecessary. So we have been taught into whenever we put a proposal for doing something in childhood, he used to ask us to classify them in one, the unnecessary, necessary, and luxury. And of course, unnecessary and luxury, you never get it. Only you'll get it what is necessary. So you have to use your own thing. So why I'm mentioning that is, when I was a young boy, I was very thin, a little introvert because of my family background, and the lack of confidence because of some of the difficulties you have gone through in the childhood. So I was very comfortable in my skin. I'm very visible, very transparent. One of the leadership quality today you need to have it. Leaders are vulnerable, and leaders should be very comfortable in their skins.
The clever crow. There is this crow which is looking for water, and then there was very little water in the pitcher, and how he put out this stuff. I think that's the most powerful story for me, and I continue to develop narratives around this story with my life. When I was a child, it was the cleverness which was told to us, right? That was the title of the story. So clever, and being clever was considered cool. Okay, but as we grow up, you'll realize it just goes back to the fundamental thing that we discussed, which is the crow believed in deservability. He or she deserved water. She did not want to play the victim card that I don't have access. I created a story for myself to access what I really want, whether it is for survival or whatever, right? So that's a separate narrative that comes to me. Third, I always think that nothing can replace resilience and perseverance. There is no shortcut. There's absolutely no short circuit to it. In fact, if a crow chose to throw larger stones inside the pitcher, the pitcher would perhaps give way and break. There is a time, there is a place for everything. So what you think you're not able to access today is perhaps readying you for a journey when you will be able to access it when it's of much greater importance.
When I was 12, when my father went missing from work one day, he was in an oil company. We were this happy family in a happy oil town community, almost picture perfect. You could make a happy family film out of us. And then my dad didn't come back home one day. And I think our lives went totally topsy-turvy because he was declared a missing person. My mom got a compensatory job, but because of technicalities involved in the case of missing people, she couldn't get something which was really anywhere close to what my father was, both in terms of designation, status, as well as finances, right? So we had to move city. I think for 10 years after that, it was pretty much a struggle for, resources. My mother doing her best to keep us going and at the same time keep herself going. So my first leadership lesson really started from trying to hide my own emotions and being very strong for my mother and my sister. My mother herself was a very strong woman, but there were times when she needed a pillar to lean on. And I think from that age, I've learned that even if you feel very vulnerable, even if you suffer a lot of pain, but around you, if there are people who see you as a pillar, then you have to be that pillar.
Several years ago, when I moved from Tanjai Arunachalam Pillai and moved into the Dhananjayan's Bharatakalanjali, I felt kind of very let down because I was almost like a prima donna over there. When I came here, I had to start all over again and I felt completely wretched. One day, Master told, I have this particular role that I want you to be doing. So I was elated. Finally, somebody has realized that I can do something. And I was quite pleased with myself. And next day came and Master was busy choreographing. And there was a point where they said that there's a scene where they showed two girls being attacked by dacoits and how a Buddhist monk intervenes and rescues them. This is the scene. So at which point of time, suddenly Master turned and looked at me and said, yeah, you'll be doing that village girl. I said, what? I thought I'm going to do the main role. And of course, I didn't say it to him, but my face fell. And I was so disappointed, so very disappointed. I went up and then I went through it like, doesn't matter, something, I just did something. And he said, okay, let's finish it for today. We'll see it tomorrow. He just stopped abruptly. And we all did our namaskarams and we went home. I was waiting at the entrance. Master came last and he saw me still waiting near the steps. And he said, oh, you've not gone. So I said, yes, I'm waiting for my father. Okay, all right. And he was almost going into the house and he stepped back and said, you disappointed me. I thought if I gave you any piece, you will turn it around and make it the most memorable one, but you disappointed me. That was when I was born. That is when I realized what humility is all about.